Hello and welcome to another Fox 411 and Kiss Country Neighborhood News. Myself, Harry O, Jay Brooks down there as well. And we have Tom Balmer joining us again. We usually get to talk to him a few times a year.
Well,
And
thank
he's
you so much for the standing ovation.
anyway, that's right. And you have a guest with you, Maggie Garrett's. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very nice. Tom, you want to introduce us?
Yeah, Maggie is playing the character of Marion Peru, Marion the librarian. And
well, we should tell everybody it's the Music Man.
yeah, the music.
This is our musical here for Mason City. Only it's a junior version.
That's right.
For Stebens Children's Theater, yeah.
And the idea of it being a junior's version is that we tell the story in an hour and 10 minutes rather than 2 hours and 30 minutes. And so you get the same story. It is more concise, less subtext, or not. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it goes by quickly.
Yeah.
And we miss just a couple of songs, and then the songs are made shorter. And so the story goes by very quickly. It's very comical and charming. You know, obviously, the Music Man has been around for 60 years, continues to be put back on Broadway, and so we're happy.
Maggie, did you get to perform with Hugh Jackman by warming this up?
No, but I did get to meet Sutton Foster earlier this year, which was pretty cool. So
did she give you? Did Sutton give you some pointers or?
Yeah, she just said outside of the Music Man, when they were presenting her the key to the city, one of the chamber members asked if she had any advice for Mason City's Marion, and she said she's tough and she's not a pushover. And I said I can do that. I'm working on that.
That's very nice. Yeah, it is kind of convenient though, Tom, that Sutton Foster got the key to the city here not too long ago, and
I'll tell you this:
you were practicing this, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Probably rehearsing all of this while all of that was happening. Because that just happened not too long ago.
That was right. And the kids came back, Harry, and told me that although they really enjoyed Sutton Foster, enjoyed meeting her, and thought she was a marvelous performer, they thought that her interp on Marion was a little brash and belty. She belts her songs. And so our Marion is done with more subtlety and nuance. And you'd have to see it to believe it, but ours is a better Marion than Sutton Foster. We like her. We like her.
Yeah, we like her.
She made a few mistakes.
How many people you have in the play this time around for the junior side?
It's 40, still 40 folks.
40 folks?
Yeah.
Who are some of the leads with like Harold Hill and?
Yeah, Jackson Everest plays Harold Hill. Help me out here. Anne Marie plays Eulalie McKechnie Shin. Alex Bowles is the mayor. Alexander Shipman is our Marcellus, and Bryn Christensen. These are all seniors, very talented. I got just a boatload of seniors in this play, and they have great voices, and we're really enjoying all the talent we have on stage. And then, Bryn Christensen is Mrs. Peru, Marion's mother.
Okay.
So, then one more, Charlie Cowell is played by Damon Torres, another senior. So.
How long has it been since you've done Music Man, Tom?
Well, I did it about 10 years ago for the Music Man Square. We did a community performance of that one summer with adults. And then about 15 years ago, I did it here
with the kids,
the junior version.
So
I've done it twice. And I was also Charlie Cowell as an actor. I played Charlie Cowell back in the day when I was young and vigorous.
How much difference is this from the movie? Is it
it's really quite the same.
Is it?
Yeah, the movie did stick to the pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing we're missing is Marion the Librarian, the song that's in the library. We don't do that song. Marion, that song.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Ah,
Well, you do "Till I Loved You," right? Isn't
Yeah,
that your song that you
yeah.
do? Yeah, that was the big one. Maggie, what was the most challenging part about, I guess, being Marion?
Well, the romance side of it, quite honestly, I very much can relate to like the stubborn, like sort of chip on the shoulder type person that Marion is in the beginning. So I
Right.
love the first half of the show just because it feels really similar to myself. But then I get to the second half and I'm like, okay, till there
Yeah.
was you.
You had to kind of
So,
fall for this professor, huh?
right, right. Because personally, I don't see it, but she does. So I don't. I can roll with it.
did you make him watch the movie then, Tom, before being a part of it?
I think we've all seen the movie.
Yeah.
I
No.
didn't make him watch the movie. No, on one hand, you're trying not to do just imitations
Mm.
Sure.
of the movie. You don't want to do that. And so you don't want to set them up for that
Right.
before you. Although, as as with all these iconic movies, you're watching them create their characters and you're going, well, in the movie, in secretly in your head, you're going, in the movie they did this, it was really funny. And
Sure.
then so you're trying to kind of steer clear of that kind of direction, although it's hard. That's the hardest part. It's not to you're trying not to just fulfill expectations by doing imitations.
Sure.
So anyways, the first thing we don't do is watch the movie.
Maggie, how old are you now?
18.
You're 18. So how long have you been part of Stebens?
Oh, geez. I've been in it since I could start taking classes, which is I don't even
7
know,
years old.
7 years old.
She could have gone to preschool classes too. She's
Wow.
forgotten.
That's fantastic. What do you
It's
get
so
out of it?
long.
Why do you do it?
I mean, I'm here with all of my friends every single day. I mean, every show, every tier class, I have like all of the other seniors here. We're all a pretty good big group of friends. So, I mean, it's partially a social thing and partially just because I love theater.
Mhm.
Yeah, growing up, neither of my parents were super involved with it. They did theater and stuff in high school, but I don't know. I kind of just fell in love with it over the past few years. So.
Tom, don't you kind of see kids? I think, parents and kids. I mean, obviously, it takes a family here to kind of get involved and stuff like that. These kids, they either get in sports or they get in theater, or sometimes you can get them in both. But man, that's a busy schedule.
Yeah, I've got kids who are in both, and it's hard. They
Yeah.
on one hand, they have their seasons luckily in sports, but the kids who are I've got like right now a kid in track and cross country. He does both of those sports, and track is all spring, and um, cross country is all fall, and so that's big. And he does winter shows, and
Right.
so how he pulls it off, and then Anne Marie Hansen, she's in swimming, and that's big. That's also
Yeah.
a big thing. But the females are very good at juggling these huge schedules. Boys, on the other hand, not so well. They would like to do one thing at a time.
Unless, of course, you were Jay. He was an overachiever in school.
Yeah. Yeah. I did the simple things in life.
He's laughing.
Oh, that's right. So,
I-
Maggie, are you going
I
to do anything after this? I mean, after you graduate, and are you going to go into more theater in school?
I hope to keep it as a part of my career in some way. I think I'm going to look into music ed, but maybe a minor in theater or something to keep
Right.
it as part of my life.
That's cool.
She's a minister's kid, and so she might go into the ministry. She thinks not, but
Probably not.
Okay.
Minister kids are always the
Those preacher
troublemakers.
kids, man. Yeah, those.
that's against type sheer. This one's a very good girl.
I was going to say, I think it's only male preacher kids, Jay.
No, I don't think so. I knew a
This
preacher's
one-
daughter.
This one is very good. Very
Okay.
good person.
Where's your dad preach at?
Trinity Lutheran here in town.
Okay. All right. Very good.
I've been there.
You've been
I
there.
bet a lot of people
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
that.
Maybe being to church is a good thing. That's good.
Yeah.
So, Tom, we got to tell everybody, Music Man Junior. That's kind of what you're going by the title. You got to tell everybody, first of all, You're sponsored by North Iowa Community Credit Union. We got the crawler on here. If you're watching it, if you're listening to this as a podcast, let's tell everybody where to get tickets.
Well, they can get online and go to our website and buy tickets online, which is new for us, but has been working for a year now and is smoothed out. Look, it works well, and they can choose their seats and their house, and or they can call Stebens. The number's there, scrolling past, and between 12:30 and 5 p.m. on weekdays, and Liz will set them up with the best tickets we have. This is a play that is probably going to sell out, so if people have an interest, they should make their plans and get their tickets.
And it's done from it starts when? October 11th, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And goes to the 22nd. So
okay.
I just wanted to mention also, this is the time to buy season memberships, and we've got a great season. The next show is a farce, a farcical adaptation of Cinderella that's just absolutely a stitch, very funny. And then we're doing this old picture book called Stone Soup. We've got an adaptation of that is also hugely funny. Then we're doing Spamalot, and so we've got 3 shows in a row that will just entertain the heck out of you. And then we're doing an award-winning drama to end the season called Still Life with Iris. And so we've got a remarkable season. And if people want to get involved with a membership, they can also donate through a membership and be listed in the program and that sort of thing. But we just encourage people to do so, and now's the time.
So Maggie, you have a lead in this one. You'll be part of other productions too throughout the year, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, and I don't know. And Tom, I'm sure you have a difficult choice of seeing who. I'm sure you try to typecast people for certain roles. And how do you put them in the lead? And first, I mean, you got to rotate people too around, I suppose.
Well, this year, literally, I've got these. Literally, I think I have 12 seniors, and the thing that you want to do at Stebens is, of course, you want everybody to be involved, but I want to take advantage of this talent, and so I really picked the season to do that. Because I really. This is the first year ever that I've had so many seniors, and I've got juniors to complement them, and you know, it's we're really very strong talent pool right now, and so I picked the season to really to incorporate these seniors into their last year and make it work.
Just curious, I don't think I've ever asked you this, but when a production is done, how much of a break do you get before you start working on the next one? Is it
literally the time of the performances is my busiest time, because we're also auditioning and scheduling the next performance.
Oh man!
It's in between. It's in between. It's as you're rehearsing that the downtime is literally. It's less busy, you know, as once you get started. But getting it started, having performances and getting the next one started is the busy time.
Maggie, you got to memorize a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, do you I don't know. Does that just come easy as a kid to memorize lines and sing songs?
For her.
Okay.
Don't work too hard. There's been a few spots in this show that have tripped me up, but you know, a lot of evenings just running them over and over again with friends and stuff like that helps.
Yeah.
Do you act it all out when you're doing it with friends or the parents?
Honestly, one of these nights, I was laying on the floor right behind this wall and just like yelling it into the ground because I was so frustrated with not being able to get it. And my friend was sitting on the couch with the script, like, come on, one more time, we can get it. And but I have it now, so I guess it worked.
That's great.
You know, you guys, I sort of ask the kids to learn their lines verbatim. I don't want to change words too much. I don't want to. I hate when actors change lines only because they learned them wrong, and that happens if you're not correcting them all the time. So Maggie's literally trying to memorize these lines verbatim, and was, she says it's whatever she's just said, but it was easy for her. There's other kids who literally are still struggling with some of their lines, and
Hmm.
they don't do the homework that she's done, and
Right.
and so they're kind of learning them on their feet, and then they have this um, director who demands that they learn the lines. The only way a script can be really tight is if you're giving your consistent cues. And so if you don't learn your lines correctly, then you're
Right.
giving your next actor, the guy who says the lines after you, different cues every time. And so you can't have a
Sure.
tight show with that. So
Have you
Maggie, oh, go ahead.
have you ever had like a combination where they do ad lib as far like a Robin Williams or a Chris Farley? You get two of those guys. You ever had something like that come through and you start to ad
yeah,
lib and you go, wait a minute.
yeah, yeah, I have, of course. And it's always, at the expense of the audience and the production. And Robin Williams and who you're talking about, they're experts at that.
Yeah.
They can make that really work. Well, we can't. It's hard. That's hard. And I did this. I did this fundraiser skit with Bruce Long one time, who's a wine guy at. He used to
Yep.
be a wine guy. Now he's retired.
Yep. Yep.
And he went off script totally. And we're like reading cards, reading our. We're under rehearsed. We didn't rehearse very much. It was a fundraiser, I tried not to care about the product. And but I'm in it. I'm on stage with him, and he's just rattling on, thinking he's funny as can be, and the audience is forcing their laughs, and I'm like up there just sweating. I can't stand it. And he's commenting on that. Oh, Tom's over here sweating. You can see.
Bruce was totally like that, man.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great.
Exactly. He's hilarious.
I was going to ask Maggie. We don't get to talk to too many kids here, but Tom has. We've had a few on these interviews before. But do you have like the playbill from every single one you've been part of since you were 7 years old?
I might. I know we have posters from every show that I've been in and that my sister has been in that hang in
Okay.
our basement on the
Yeah.
wall. So I know I have the very first show that I was in is still hanging up down there.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I'm sure we have the program somewhere too. I just couldn't tell you exactly where.
And have
How
you
many
done
shows
it again?
Oh, jeez. I
Approximately.
think I'm reaching 20.
Yeah.
I think around 20.
Wow. It's pretty
And then
good.
there's also just a raft of, she's done workshops and in-class performances, and she's been in front of people more than that, much more than that, probably another 20 times. And so it's that's what we do here. We put kids in front of audiences, and so
Tom, you should be having a Stebens version of an Academy Award show.
well, we do awards.
Oh, you do?
We don't do a show though. It's
Yeah.
it's all for us.
Yeah.
So
But
we put it on. We put it on a webcast the year of the pandemic, and it was hard to do, hard to put up, and also not very fun. It's very fun to do it live, and
right.
everybody whoops it up and has a great time, when we do it live, and all the kids, are speakers, and just like the Academy Awards, we do it.
That's cool.
Cool.
See that happening. All right. Well, folks, it is all sponsored by the our North Iowa Community Credit Union, the Music Man Junior. It's going to start October 11th, goes through the 22nd. And if you want some more information, go to stebensct.com or call 641-424-9802. And this has been the Fox 411 and Kiss Country Neighborhood News, all brought to you by CG Health, cghealth.com. Thank you much, Tom, Maggie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.